Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're doing another shopper drop video where I go through some new skincare releases at Sephora and I tell you whether I would personally shop them or drop them. So today's theme of our shopper drop is actually very expensive bougie products. I did not mean for it to happen this way, but all these products are definitely, I think, above $50 or $60. They're all very expensive. So let's just get into it. So the first product I wanted to talk about is the Goop G-Tox Malachite and AHA Pore Refining Tonic. Now, I believe this is $75 or yeah, $75, which is no joke. That's really expensive for a toner. So let's go into the claims and the ingredients. So the first claim is about the malachite extract rich in copper. It says that it helps to detoxify pores and support natural cellular defense. The next claim is an acid blend of 15%, removes dead skin cells and clarifies the appearance of pores. And then it says hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, and peptides to visibly replenish and soften the skin. So like everything Goop related, I kind of roll my eyes whenever I see claims or the ingredients of Goop products and also the price of Goop products because I'm just like, ugh, what now? So withholding my judgment of Goop as a brand, let's get into the actual ingredients of this product. So glycolic acid is the second ingredient, and in fact glycolic acid is a wonderful alpha hydroxy acid that is water soluble and therefore works at a more superficial level of the skin to resurface the skin and reveal a bright shiny new skin cells. It's really great for brightening the overall appearance of the skin and also helping with hyperpigmentation. It also speeds up cellular renewal, so you end up with younger looking skin. So although glycolic acid is a wonderful ingredient, there's no doubt about that, I do think that beta hydroxy acids or salicylic acid is more effective at pore control, which is what this toner advertises to be, a pore refining tonic. So I do think that beta hydroxy acids, because they're oil soluble, are a little bit more helpful with pores, but AHAs can still help. What does help with pores is niacinamide, and niacinamide is an ingredient in here, and niacinamide is, again, like I've said so many times on my channel, it's truly the little Swiss Army knife of skincare. It does so many great things for the skin, but it does help with pores because it takes down sebum production, it controls sebum production, and a really common side effect of excessive sebum production is your pores do become a little bit enlarged. They look enlarged because there's a lot of oxidized sebum within the pores. This product contains a lot of antioxidants, which is really nice to see. The citrus fruit water in here is a little bit suspect. I could have done without it, but it's there, it's happening, we're just gonna go with it. Peptides in here are a nice supplement, but I don't think they're anything extraordinary. Peptides do have some evidence for being really great for the skin, but I don't think that peptides can stand alone as a really great ingredient. But you know, working synergistically with a lot of the other ingredients in here, I do think it's a nice addition. Now we get to the very, very interesting ingredient in this product, which is malachite extract. And malachite is a mineral or like a gem, and it's really beautiful. It has this gorgeous green color, but I was a little bit hesitant to, you know, be totally sold on the benefits of malachite in skincare because in my opinion, the research is just not there. The claims is that malachite extract helps with antioxidant activity. It helps with detoxifying the skin, which is really not a thing because skin does not need to be detoxified. Your kidneys detoxify. But you know, overall detoxification is very much a marketing term, like a buzzword that skincare companies use to sell products. I don't think that skin detoxification is a thing at all. But the interesting claim here is that it says the malachite extract is rich in copper and therefore it has all the benefits of copper. So copper does have some antioxidant activity to it. There is research that shows that, and it's allegedly very soothing on the skin, but I'm not super convinced because when you have a molecule like malachite, which is not just pure copper, they're not just pure copper ions floating around, they are, you know, bonded to other atoms, and so it's very different from just pure copper behaving on the skin when you have malachite extract. So I'm not super convinced that you'll get all the amazing benefits of copper in this particular product because it is malachite extract. It's like how people say that you know, citrus extracts have vitamin C in them, when in reality ascorbic acid and other ascorbic acid derivatives are the best way to get vitamin C into the skin. The thing with citrus is that it's not very bioavailable, the vitamin C that's in there, and it's difficult for the skin to take in. And additionally, citrus is super irritating. So it just goes to show that although a particular molecule may contain a really great ingredient, it doesn't mean that that ingredient is going to perform the same as it would alone. So that's my spiel on malachite extract and copper. This also contains sodium hyaluronate, which is nicely hydrating. So overall, this is a really expensive product. It's $75, which is kind of insane. I'm not sure if I would buy this, only because I think the major selling point of this product is the malachite in here, and I'm just not super convinced that it does anything really amazing for the skin compared to other gold standard ingredients like salicylic acid and retinol and glycolic acid. Like, I think there are better ingredients out there that have more evidence to support their, benefits to the skin. I do think it's really nice that they combined multiple actives like the glycolic acid, the niacinamide, the humectants. I do think it's nice that there's like a blend of ingredients in here, so it's not just a one-note product. You are getting a lot of really great ingredients in here that work together really nicely to do a lot of great things for the skin. But yeah, I'm not super convinced in the powers of malachite. What is your opinion? I've actually never heard of this ingredient before. I came across this particular product, so it is a little bit gimmicky in my opinion, but I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are on malachite extract and this particular product from Goop. Let's keep it kind in the comments, because I know Goop is not a lot of people's favorite brand. It's not my favorite brand. I think a lot of what they do is really BS, but let's talk about it. The next product I wanted to talk about is the Delicate Recovery Serum from Kate Somerville. This is also super expensive. It's like $85. And it has a super extensive ingredients list. So let's dive in. And by the way, I have my laptop here and I have the ingredients in front of me so I can look at them. So I see a lot of hydrating ingredients, a lot of, emollients and moisturizing ingredients, which is really nice. This doesn't contain any exfoliating actives, which I actually really like, because this is a recovery serum. And in general, when you have your skin recovering from something, you don't want to be introducing any exfoliating ingredients in here, because exfoliating ingredients can be very irritating on a compromised skin barrier. So if you're wanting to boost up the skin, replenish the skin, help the skin recover and heal, you do want to stay away from exfoliation. So because you do need days off from exfoliation, you cannot be using your AHA or BHA toner every single day. I just don't think it's very healthy for the skin. So because you do need days off, I do think that a product like this is really nice, because it's hydrating, it's moisturizing, it has lots of really great skin barrier replenishing ingredients like ceramides and cholesterol, very skin barrier friendly. I think those are great ingredients. This also contains honey and green tea, both of which are two of my favorite ingredients. I think they're really wonderful for the skin. Honey is a really great humectant, and it's also antibacterial, and green tea extract is well documented to have great antioxidant activity. I actually don't see any ingredients in here that make me concerned. I think it's a really beautiful ingredients list. I would have to try it on my skin to see how it performs and see how soothing and like nourishing it is. But just based on first glance, I do really like it. I think if it weren't $85, I would definitely give this a go, because I'm always looking for really beautiful, hydrating, moisturizing supplements to my skincare routine. The next product is the Charlotte Tilbury Charlotte's Magic Serum Crystal Elixir. And first of all, the reviews for this are not very good, if I remember correctly. I remember looking at the reviews and being like, ooh. A lot of people did not like this, but let's get into the ingredients anyway. This product is also crazy expensive. It's also $80, which is just insane. Like, this is only 1 ounce. Do you know how small an ounce is? An ounce is like the size of a foundation bottle. Like, that's so small. It's $80 for 1 ounce. Like, what? So looking at the ingredients list, the second ingredient in here is niacinamide, which is great to see, because I do love me some niacinamide. I think it is an ingredient that is well suited for a variety of skin types and skin concerns. So really anyone could use niacinamide in their routine. It's a very universal ingredient. I do see quartz powder, amethyst powder, ruby powder, and gold. I am not convinced that these do anything magical for the skin. I don't think there's enough research to support that these ingredients do anything for the skin. I do think that it's more included in there as like a, ooh, this is like super magical. It's like a crystal elixir. It's like a marketing thing. And also it probably makes the serum itself look very reflective and kind of iridescent. So I do think it's more of an aesthetic thing and also a marketing thing rather than something for the skin specifically. I see shea oil in here. That's a great ingredient. It's very moisturizing and it has a lot of great antioxidant activity to it. This also does contain sodium hyaluronate, polyglutamic acid, lactic acid, and ascorbic acid, but these are all present in less than 1%. And the reason that I know that it's present in less than 1% is because in the ingredients list, as I'm looking at it, phenoxyethanol, which is a preservative, is present at pretty high up in the ingredients list. And so if you don't know, phenoxyethanol is only allowed to be used at a concentration of 1% in personal care products. And so anything below phenoxyethanol in an ingredients list is either present at 1% or below 1%. All the ingredients I just mentioned, the polyglutamic acid, sodium hyaluronate, lactic acid, ascorbic acid, all those ingredients are present at less than 1%, which is not necessarily a bad thing because ingredients like sodium hyaluronate can be very effective at low concentrations. But I do think that it's kind of annoying that the claim is that it boasts that it's a vitamin C serum and has polyglutamic acid, when in reality, the concentration of these ingredients, these superstar ingredients, are super, super low. So honestly, I'm not super impressed by this ingredients list. I do think it reads more like a makeup primer than a skincare product. And I don't know if it's just my personal bias, because anytime a makeup company comes out with skincare, I'm always like, I don't know how I feel about that, because in my mind, like, makeup companies can't do skincare well because makeup is so fundamentally different from skincare. I don't know why they didn't highlight niacinamide when niacinamide is the second ingredient in here. I think people know what niacinamide is. People love niacinamide, and so I'm not sure why they chose to omit niacinamide from their claims list. So would I buy this? Probably not. It's stupid expensive and I just don't love the ingredients. I think there are much, much, much better ingredients lists out there for the skin. I think this is, you know, probably really nice as a makeup primer, and I'm sure, although I'm not sure it performs well because people did not seem to like it in the reviews on Sephora.com. But I don't know, I just personally, I'm not super impressed by it, so this is a pass for me. Next up, we have the Caudalie Vino Perfect Brightening Moisturizer with niacinamide. And niacinamide seems to be a very common theme in this video, so just bear with me. Okay, so looking at the ingredients, first of all, this claims to be an oil-free gel moisturizer, but it contains squalane, and squalane is an oil, so I'm kind of confused by that. But anyway, this has a very short ingredients list, which is not a bad thing and also not a good thing. You really can't judge a product based on how long or extensive the ingredients list is, because it really just depends on formulation. So because this is a gel moisturizer, I'm just gonna tell you right off the bat that I probably won't buy this because it's not my favorite formulation. I find that gel moisturizers are just not moisturizing enough on my skin. I find that they just kind of disappear into my skin and don't get a whole lot done for my skin. So for me personally, I don't find them to be substantial enough for my skin concerns. But if you have really oily skin, if you have, you know, combo skin that gets really oily in like your T-zone, gel moisturizers could be a really good fit for you. This, however, it does contain a lot of emollients, which I think is nice. Bisabolol is really soothing on the skin. Sodium hyaluronate is humectant. Just name dropping some ingredients that I see in here. I wish this didn't contain fragrance, but honestly, 99% of Sephora skincare does contain fragrance, so what can you do? Like, this is all Sephora products, so like, I kind of expected that. Fragrance is super personal though, and I've kind of changed my opinion on fragrance as the years have evolved, and I did used to hate on fragrance very, very aggressively if you look at some of my older videos, but you know, my opinion has kind of evolved since then, and I don't think fragrance is like the ultimate end-all be-all evil ingredient. I do think that fragrance in skincare is a really personal choice, and some people avoid it like the plague, and that's fine, and some people can tolerate it, and that's fine too. I kind of oscillate between the two in the sense that if there is fragrance in something and I really like the ingredients regardless of the fragrance, I will still try it. But if it's a garbage product with garbage ingredients and it has fragrance in it, I won't buy it. But ultimately, it's up to you. It's a personal decision on whether or not you think you want to include a fragrance in your skincare. It's just up to you. So now very quickly, we're going to do another ingredients evaluation of a product that you guys suggested in the comments down below. I sound like a broken record, but I just keep reiterating that I'm doing a new thing on my channel where if you want me to evaluate a specific skincare product, all you have to do is comment it down below in the comments. And in a future video, I will pick a comment and evaluate the ingredients very quickly. So today's ingredients evaluation is the Good Molecules Caffeine Eye Patches. So just looking at this superficially, I really like this ingredients list. It contains a lot of hydrating ingredients like glycerin and sodium hyaluronate. It has antioxidants like green tea extract. It does contain caffeine, and I personally am not super convinced of the powers of caffeine in skincare when applied topically. I just don't think that the research is there to support that it does the amazing claims that a lot of these skincare companies, you know, allege this ingredient to have. But I think it's not harmful. So if caffeine is in there, like, okay, cool, that's fine. But it's not gonna like revolutionize your skincare or anything. So like I said, niacinamide seems to be a very strong theme in this video, and this product from Good Molecules does contain niacinamide, which is great. Contains licorice root extract, which is very soothing. And just from a product standpoint, I actually really love eye patches. I used to use them a lot in college because I used to wake up like really early, like 5 a.m. to study. And in order to motivate myself to get out of bed, I would think about my eye patches sitting in my fridge, and I'd be like, ooh, they're so cooling and they're so refreshing. I'm gonna get out of bed and study. So that would be like my motivation to get out of bed, was the promise of cooling eye patches in my fridge. I did love the Tarte under eye patches, but they're kind of expensive. And then even more expensive than that are the Peter Thomas Roth eye patches, the cucumber ones, not the gold ones. And I actually lost those Peter Thomas Roth cucumber eye patches in a move when I was moving apartments, so kind of sad about that. But I do think that people need to understand that if you are struggling with dark circles, you cannot expect topical skincare products to completely eliminate them. It's just not realistic. Dark circles under the eyes are a result of the bone structure of where your eyes are, how delicate and thin the tissue is. It can also be hereditary. There are just a number of different reasons why people have dark circles. And then additionally, if you just didn't sleep well, you're gonna have dark circles. So there are truly a number of reasons why you can have dark circles, and therefore a number of ways you can try to eliminate them. But if your dark circles are hereditary, if they are just due to your bone structure, there's really no amount of topical products you can apply that will completely get rid of them. You can help the under eye area by providing hydration and moisture, help plump up the area, but the pigmentation itself is a result of the skin structure and this bone structure. So it just doesn't make sense to apply a topical product to get rid of that. So while eye patches can be a really amazing sensory experience, like I talked about, it's very cooling, it's very refreshing. I don't think you can expect eye patches to completely get rid of dark circles. It's just not realistic. So that's it for today's video. I do think I'm going to continue to do these shopper drop videos in the future, maybe every month, because you guys seem to really enjoy them. And I really enjoy them because, you know, going through new skincare products and telling you about them is really fun for me. And it kind of scratches that shopping itch that I get where I look at new products and I'm like, ooh, this looks really cool. But I don't have to buy it. I can just talk about it on my channel and it kind of does the same thing. So with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching and spending this time with me. Have a beautiful week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.